It's Monday, April 1st, 2024. Let's talk about the news. From the Associated Press, the Ukrainian Navy says a third of Russian warships in the Black Sea have been destroyed or disabled. Following a successful drone strike on a Russian amphibious landing ship that was docked in Sevastopol, the Ukrainian Navy has announced that about a third of Russia's Black Sea fleet has been destroyed or disabled. Though Ukrainian forces continue to struggle against Russian advances on land, due in part to the nature of the conflict and in part to waning monetary and hardware support from its allies, its efforts in the Black Sea have been comparably consistently successful, and these strikes, utilizing an array of unmanned aerial and water-skimming drones, have forced the Russian fleet to pull back, making these warships a lot less effective in terms of supporting ground-based Russian forces and opening more paths for ships carrying Ukrainian grain to foreign ports. From Politico, serious security breach hits EU police agency. A collection of highly sensitive files that contain the personal information of law enforcement executives with the agency were stolen from Europol's headquarters in The Hague last summer, according to internal notes and statements from current and former officials. This seeming theft is still being kept largely under wraps, with only relatively minor details leaking to the press. But the head of human resources at Europol has reportedly been put on administrative leave during an investigation into what transpired. And though there's a chance this is a matter of internal intrigue, one person at the agency trying to harm the reputation of another, the missing files contain all sorts of personal details about Europol higher-ups that could be used to hurt or blackmail those people, and they were hidden in a safe in a restricted room, so figuring out how they were taken and why has become an agency-wide scandal and priority. And from Reuters, U.S. solar factories strike deal to produce made-in-USA panels. Georgia-based solar cell company Suniva and Canada-based Helene, which has solar panel operations in Minnesota, have partnered up to produce made-in-the-USA solar panels as part of an effort to stoke U.S.-based manufacturing in a highly competitive global market. The solar panel market is largely owned by China, which is actually overproducing panels right now, and thus dumping this sort of hardware on foreign markets, which is great in the sense that solar panels are cheap and abundant, but not so great in that this tends to kill off local manufacturers of the same, because they can't possibly compete with those prices. The U.S. Inflation Reduction Act has money for U.S.-based and allied interests that are willing to flesh out their local manufacturing capacity for these sorts of goods. So this partnership was sparked by the promise of federal subsidies on their investments, but it could also help spur new local competition, especially if the government clamps down further on foreign-made panels that could negatively impact the local market. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.